parsley. So let me get this in here. You can hear it sizzling, not too high though. Who doesn't love the smell of cooking garlic? Oh my gosh. I can only imagine Dan Tana's smelled like garlic and olive oil every night while the Eagles were writing The Best of My Love and Lion Eyes, you guys. How cool would it have been to actually have lived back then, which I did, but I was like 5 years old. So the reason I love this time period was I was a kid, you know, my parents in the mid-70s, they always played cards with their friends. And they would come over on a Friday night and they would have cocktails and they had like Gordon Lightfoot playing and Stevie Wonder and Neil Diamond, and they would be laughing and eating and drinking and having a ton of fun. I was, like I said, 5, so my sister wasn't, I don't think, even born yet. Maybe she was a baby. Who knows where she was on those nights, but I was probably playing upstairs with my Slinkies and I don't know, Barbies, who knows what, but you know, music was always a huge thing in our house. My parents loved music. My dad had those reel-to-reel things and he had stacks of albums. I used to just sit in the living room and go through all of those albums, like Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons. Peter Frampton was a big one. I remember when Steely Dan came out, that was a huge one too. And he always had his music blaring on those reel-to-reels, which I don't even think those are around anymore, but I always loved music too. I don't know if you guys know, I used to sing in jazz choir, show choir. I was in musical theater, chorus, all of that in high school. And yeah, I loved it. We did competitions. I was Rosalia in West Side Story. I was up for Anita, but I wasn't so much into acting as I was singing and dancing. So I didn't get the lead, but I got to sing America and I Feel Pretty, which was kind of cool. But I've always loved music. And like I said, Groovy Eats is all about taking you guys through those decades, the 70s, 80s, and 90s, because those are the decades I was a kid and I grew up listening to all this music. And music and food bring memories together, and even stronger when it's the two of them together. So that's really why I wanted to start this show, because I love to cook, I love food, I love music, and I really want to just pay tribute to some of the amazing artists and musicians and bands that I grew up with.